Hi, I'm Darren from DeltajDiy&Crafts.com. So we had a customer call today and said that her opener was turning on, but it wasn't moving the chain. Lorelei, go ahead and hit the button. Okay, you can hit the button again, hon. You can hit the button again and stop it, baby. Perfect. So what we've determined here, based on these symptoms, I would say we probably have a worn gear inside. So let's open up the case and take a look. So we've determined that it's most likely probably a gear gone in this opener. So let's go ahead and open it up. So we're going to take off these ones here, which are a 1/4 inch nut drivers. And then we'll just go ahead and put them on our ladder here. We're going to take off these back ones. We're going to loosen up the ones on the top, but not take them out. We're going to take them out about probably 3/4 of the way and leave them in. Or we'll take that one completely in, just because he came in. Now make sure that the ones with the pointed tip right here, they go in the very ends, and the ones with the machined end go right here. So we're going to go ahead and take out these ones here. Well, maybe there's not one in there. And we're going to loosen up these ones here, if I can see them, because I'm vertically challenged here. And we're going to get this one now that I can see. All right, so we've just got two that we've got to loosen up on the other side here and take out. And we're going to put our hand on our cover here so it doesn't drop to the floor. So as we can see here, we have a worn gear. Want to pause that there? As you can see, we've got a worn gear here. All the teeth are worn off of this one here. So we're going to go ahead and replace it. So what I've done is I've got one of our gear assemblies right straight from our website, DeltajDiy&Crafts.com. We'll get a full list on our website of all the opener models that this one goes ahead and covers. So it covers Liftmaster, Sears, Craftsman, and Chamberlain. So as you can see, it has a brand new gear assembly on it. This is what the gears are supposed to look like. And we've got some extra parts in here as well that we'll use during the assembly process. So we're going to get back up here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up and I'm going to unplug this opener, because we don't want someone accidentally hitting the button while my fingers are in there. So we're going to go ahead and remove this little tiny clip at the bottom here. And just remove that gear. We're just going to stick that on our ladder here. So what we need to do is we need to take out 3 5/16 nuts. Now 2 of them we can get at easily with our nut driver. So we're going to remove one right up here. We've got another one right here, which we're just going to move the wires to make sure we don't pinch them. Now the next one, just because the factory loves to have fun with us, they make it difficult. So an 8mm or a 5/16 wrench you'll need to have. So we'll go ahead and get this one here loosened up and removed. Now this one here, you might want to sing a song in your head. You can also use a little 1/4 inch ratchet with it, either an 8mm or a 5/16. I didn't happen to have one in my toolbox today, so I went ahead and just grabbed my 5/16 wrench here. It makes it just a little bit time consuming, but we'll go ahead and get it out there. So before we get too far into it, I almost forgot we got to loosen up this chain. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get our 2 1/2 inch wrenches, or 13mm, whatever you have, and we're going to go ahead and back these adjustment nuts off. So we need to have some slack in that chain so we can go ahead and get that old boring gear right. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we're going to head back over there to the opener. So now that we've got our chain loose, we're going to go ahead and take that off of our sprocket, and we're just going to push our gear right up through the top, pull our wires aside, and go ahead and just put that off to the side. So now we've got our new gear assembly here. We're going to go in our kit, and in our kit comes a whole whack of parts. So in these parts here, we're going to bring them up so we get a little bit better view of them here. Really the only thing out of this kit you're going to use is our tube of grease. So let me show you what we're going to grease here. First of all, we're going to remove our new gear here. And we're just going to set that on our ladder. We're going to go ahead and put grease all through these gears before we even slide it down in there. All the way around. A lot of times, people never even think over the years putting any grease in it. So we're going to put a new one in. They would have put grease in it from the factory. Perfect. So we've got that there. We're going to slide this down through the top. We're going to pull our wires aside here so we don't get any excess grease on them. We're going to line up our pin here, and we're going to drop that right down in place to make sure on the top that we go ahead and turn our plate. We line up the holes so we can go ahead and reassemble in the same method that we took it off. So we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of grease here on our new bottom gear. We'll grease that all the way around here. And then we're going to slide that right up in place till we line up the holes, and we'll put our new fork in here. Perfect. So now we're going to go ahead and line up our screws that we took out of our old one. So these ones here are your 5/16 ones. The first one I'm going to try to get started here is this one right here. Perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and get our second one started. So this one here, we just have to pull our wire to the side here. Perfect. So now we're going to have to do the most difficult one, which is the one we've got to get started by hand and get our wrench on here. So it's a little bit difficult of a spot, but we'll get it tuned, started as far as we can here. I'm going to reach in my pocket here. I'm going to find that 5/16 wrench. I know you're there. There you are. And we're going to go ahead and tighten this up. So this is a little bit of a process here to do. A ratchet might be a little quicker, but they don't put it in a good position that you can get at it with a drill. So this is the most time-consuming part. We're almost there. I guarantee it. We're running out of threads, which is good. It's a little bit of a slower process. So now we're going to go ahead and plug our opener back in. Now you may be tempted to go ahead and put your chain on right now, but if you do, and you don't have your opener in the correct down position, you'll never be able to set your limits. So your door will never open and close where it needs to. So I'm gonna get my son Dom. Go ahead, Dom, hit the button. Not the light button, honey, hit the big white button. Excellent. So now our opener gear on top is spinning counterclockwise. So once that comes to an end, then we'll go ahead and put our chain on. Perfect, so that's stopped. Now we're gonna go ahead and put our chain on. Pause there. Now that we got the chain on our sprocket on top of our opener, now we're gonna tighten our chain. So we've got our two 5/16 wrenches or 13 mil, your choice. So we're gonna tighten up this front gear, this front 5/16 nut, until we go ahead and get about 3/4 of an inch slack. So that's 3/4 of an inch between this rail and this chain that we're gonna put up. And I'll show you that in a minute once we get there. If we tighten it too much, then we end up tearing the bushings out of the gear assembly. So what we've done in our kit that we send you is we go ahead and send you brand new bushings in case you should have to replace them in the future. And hopefully if you just follow these few little simple steps, you shouldn't have to do that. So we're gonna loosen up this back here just a little bit, this back nut, adjustment nut, and then we're gonna go ahead and just tighten this up so we get where we want. So right now, we can pull that out and we probably got about 3/4 to an inch. So we'll give it just a little bit more. And if we pull that out, we could fit probably a 3/4 inch piece of plywood back there. So that's what we want. So now we're just gonna put our wrench on our front nut. We're gonna go ahead and adjust and tighten our back one, making sure that our chain is nice and straight. Perfect. So now we're gonna go back and we're gonna try our opener and see if our limits are set. So I've gone ahead and already put the cover back on, so we're down to our last two screws, which I'm gonna tighten up right now. So our limit should be pretty close. Well, let's find it. Go ahead and hit it, Dom. Perfect, so we're gonna see what our up limit's at. That might be our variant in this. We're more concerned about our down limit to make sure that we can get the down set. So we're gonna go ahead and see here. Perfect, so our door opens fully open. Hit it again, Dom. And then we'll see if it goes all the way down. All right, Dom, we need to set our down limit just a little bit. So bring the door up just a little bit, hon. Hit the button and go ahead. Perfect. A little bit more, hon. Hit the button. All right. And stop. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and adjust her down here with, this is an older model Craftsman 1/2 horsepower. So we're going to turn that probably about 1 full turn. Okay, Dom, hit her again. Perfect, so we're fully closed. We don't see any light underneath our door. So now we have a successful gear assembly change. So please visit our website, DeltajDiy&Crafts.com. If you like this video, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and just check out our website for a variety of over 500 different parts for a variety of different models, from remotes, keypads, gear assemblies, and even complete openers that we could ship out the next day by courier. Thank you for watching our video and have a great day.